But you don't understand. Those four words in that order are the nightmare of every loving parent, especially when they come from the lips of an anguished teenager being told to stay away from some boy or girl because he or she is bad news. Add he or she loves me, and the nightmare explodes into reality, precisely because we do. We do understand how that teenager feels because we once were teenagers too. We were knocked down by the tides of teenage hormones and emotions too. We also understand that lust and abuse often hide behind three other words: I love you. We understand the devastation waiting to be unleashed on an innocent heart. Having been there, we're better able to see it coming and want to prevent it if we can. However, there are situations where it is absolutely true that you or I don't understand. For instance, most of us white folk don't understand how the black folk of Buffalo feel to be targeted by a racist murderer because of the color of their skin. We don't understand how decades of discrimination and mistreatment with roots going back centuries impacts people's souls. Nor do we understand how the parents and families who are burying their babies in Uvalde feel today. Oh, a few of you who had your precious children torn from your lives understand, but it's true, most of us don't. But God does. Today's Saturdays in the Psalms edition of Morning Minutes in the Bible on An American Missionary returns to Psalm 22 and the declaration of divine suffering fulfilled on the cross by Jesus. The words spoken by David, who endured a lot of suffering himself, spoke of events that were literally fulfilled by Jesus. Jesus understands what it feels like to be a worm dangling on a hook because he hung on the cross naked and exposed to the predators surrounding him. Verse 6. Jesus understands what it feels like to be sneered at and mocked by others who held him in absolute contempt. Verses 7 and 8. His body was in torment while hatred came at him from all directions as men with animalistic malice nailed him to the cross and gambled for his clothes. Verses 12 through 18. And God the Father saw it all because he refused to hide his face from him. Verse 24. And now, 2,000 years later, we can know the one who said, "It is finished," performed his task. Verse 31. Before being buried in another man's grave. And that's why we can know God understands whatever heartache, pain, and suffering this cruel world pours out on any of us. Yes, God understands your suffering and pain more deeply than you can imagine. Thank you for watching the Saturdays in the Psalms edition of Morning Minutes in the Bible on An American Missionary. Until next time, this is James McClenny hoping you have a great day.